So not too long ago, the Kansas City Chiefs were being connected to Steven Nelson, and not many people noticed. So not too long ago, according to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, the Chiefs could look to add retired cornerback Steven Nelson back to the team. So obviously the Kansas City Chiefs, we know they've been active all season in signing players and traded for players. You know, they traded for DeAndre Hopkins, they traded for Josh Uche. They got Juju Smith-Schuster before the season started, I think it was before the season started. They signed Kareem Hunt. They signed Tyquan Thornton. They just signed DJ Humphries. So the Kansas City Chiefs, they have been making moves, and most of these trades and signings were to help the Chiefs reinforce injured parts of their roster, you know. And the Chiefs still have some holes left by injuries in other spots, which is obviously the cornerback position the most, because Jalen Watson suffered a broken tibia and fibula in Week 7 against the San Francisco 49ers. So since his injury, it's still been speculation that the Chiefs are looking to fill the void Watson left in their defense. You know, and that's even if it's a late signing before the playoffs or, you know, anything like that. The Chiefs still are looking for guys that could come in there and help the defense. So, yeah, man, Jeremy Fowler, he was saying not too long ago, quote, the Chiefs are monitoring the cornerback trade market or could look to bring back a few former players who are free agents. Quote, the belief is that Kansas City is at least monitoring that market close. This wasn't near the deadline, but they wasn't trying to really trade. But he also said that it's noteworthy that former Chiefs Marcus Peters and Steven Nelson are still out there on the free agency market, because the Chiefs also love retreads, you know, players who know their culture. So this is why a lot of people speculate that the Kansas City Chiefs could persuade Steven Nelson to come out of retirement. After 9 seasons, Steven Nelson, he did announce his retirement from the NFL in the offseason. Nelson spent his last 2 seasons with the Houston Texans, and that time he gathered 115 tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, and 5 interceptions, which isn't bad at all. During the Texans' playoff run last year, Nelson intercepted the Browns quarterback Joe Flacco. He returned it for a touchdown. So it shows that even though Nelson retired, he might still have some juice left in the tank to help this Kansas City Chiefs secondary. And Nelson, he retired as a Texan, as we all know, but he began his career as a Chiefs third round draft pick in 2015. And in 4 seasons with the Chiefs, Nelson accumulated 182 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, and 4 interceptions. So we're not going to say that Nelson was ever an elite cornerback, but he was serviceable, which is obviously what the Chiefs are in desperate need of right now. And it's really hard. It really is hard to ask players to come out of retirement. It's definitely a challenge. But Nelson might be willing to do so because of the Chiefs' Super Bowl chances and his history with the team. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think you should count it out. There's no secret that the Kansas City Chiefs need a cornerback, man. There's a lot going on right now. You know, the Chiefs, they are looking very, very weak at the cornerback position. Now, I trust Spags to most likely figure something out, but signing a veteran cornerback could always fix the concerns, you know, in the secondary. And there's still a lot of veterans out there left, man. I'm not gonna lie. Now, Xavier Howard, I don't know really much about that due to like his problems off the field, but we'll definitely look into that and make a video on that as well. But the Kansas City Chiefs, we know what they are. You know, they want to make a run at NFL immortality. You know, they're poised to make that run for the 3-peat. It'll make them immortal. And the Chiefs, you know, they're 2-time Super Bowl defending champions. They're 11-1. They're on a quest to complete the first ever Super Bowl 3-peat. And like I said, man, Veach, he hasn't been scared to bring in veteran pieces to help Kansas City's roster and help them achieve the historic goals. Like I said, they traded for veteran wideout DeAndre Hopkins when they need wide receiver help. They also just signed veteran left tackle DJ Humphries to help with their struggling pass protection. So that really just leaves one questionable spot left, which is the outside cornerback. The Chiefs was looking set at corner early in the season when Jalen Watson stepped up. He looked like he was locking down the number 2 cornerback spot in the wake of L'Jarius Sneed's departure. But that likely season injury for Watson has left KC thin at the cornerback position. That's just the honest truth. Isaiah Johnson, he's been trying his best to fill in But the Chiefs' pass defense has been struggling lately, and they could be an issue come playoff time. So if Brett Veach can make the cap numbers work, he could make one final addition to the roster for this three-peat. There's definitely veteran options out there that will work, you know. There's definitely some veteran options out there that will work. I mean, none of them are perfect, but they are guys with experience, you know, and there are guys that Brett Veach could have played some meaningful snaps down the stretch this season. We just got to hope that, you know, they are ready to play. You know, like I said, there's a few guys up there. You got Xavier Howard, Patrick Peterson, even though he's very old, 34. But Xavier Howard, he had a fall-off year before, but I don't know. Then Desmond King is one of the dudes. Marcus Peters, but like I said, I like Steven Nelson, but he is definitely retired right now, so it's kind of hard to just, you know, get a guy that's retired or whatever. But I will be making more of these videos. Definitely going to try to cover every cornerback possible. And that's like, you know, the main guys. Like, I already did Peters, but guys like Peterson and Patrick Peterson and Steven Nelson. Well, I just did Steven Nelson. Xavier Howard, I'll definitely cover all those guys and talk about the possibilities and the likelihood of it happening. But the Kansas City Chiefs, they definitely need to figure some things out. They need to clean some things up. The Chiefs team has a lot of potential. We know what the Chiefs team could do. The Chiefs team is actually a pretty good team. So, you know, the things that is happening between them right now and how they playing, it's not really much to be a concern about. I do expect this team to clean things up. But definitely signing a veteran corner could help us just for the playoff run, just to see if the corner has something in the tank. You know, a lot of these corners never won a ring, so giving them something to play for is something that motivate any corner to try to strap up the most. Now, I know this has nothing to do with the video, but before this video ends, I just want to talk about how Patrick Mahomes has been looking very, very good in these past few games. You know, against the Panthers, he looked amazing. Against the Raiders, he looked amazing. So I expect Patrick Mahomes to keep on going. Even with this offensive line obviously letting him down, Patrick Mahomes has still been great. Isaiah Pacheco looked good coming back from injury, so that was very good to see right there. The Kansas City Chiefs, they still look pretty good if you ask me. But definitely got to fix the defense. Wanya Morris didn't look good on offense, so he's definitely going to be benched. And the Chiefs defense didn't really look too good, you know. The Chiefs defense, they've been the new backbone, but they've been the new franchise backbone for these past championship runs, but they have allowed 74 points over the past 3 games. So Casey has to get that together, and Steve Spagnuolo definitely has to tighten up his unit. But if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about Steven Nelson. More videos on the way. It's me, your boy Chiefs Priority, and I'm out, man. Peace.